Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel for this Monday morning, afternoon or evening across the world where you may be at. It is just gone 10 PM British time here on Monday evening, and I thought I would talk about my strengths as an autistic woman. I've not really approached this subject before, and it's thanks to my new YouTube friend called Am I Neurodivergent, and his channel is absolutely amazing. I will link it in the video description down below so you can go over and subscribe and leave him some comments. But tonight I've been out at my local Elvis tribute. As you can probably tell from my lovely vintage dress that I have on this evening, I've been dancing. As you can probably see, I'm a little bit hot, sweaty and bothered. But I want to talk about my strengths as an autistic woman. I am very headstrong in my opinions and my beliefs and what I stand up for and what I do not stand up for. I'm also very strong in my poetry, my emotions. I know how to express myself within a safe, confined context. And I'm also a big Elvis fan. As many of you know, I do dress up and do my hair and, you know, just let people know that I am an Elvis fan. So during tonight, I realised some of my strengths are taking photos and talking to people and making them feel comfortable around me. There was a couple of new people that I met tonight who were really nice to me and included me, encouraged me to dance, and I think that's a strength. I was able to communicate with them in a different way. I was able to make sense and communicate with them in a safe, effective way. I was able to communicate my needs. I was able to ask for help if I needed it, like when it came to calling a taxi at the end of the evening. I was able to ask the bar lady to call me a taxi, the bar landlord, the bar landlady, and she agreed to call me a taxi. And as an autistic woman, sometimes that can be quite overwhelming, asking for help or needing help or knowing how to ask in general. So for me, my strengths I think are communication. I've improved a lot over the years since I've been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder or autism spectrum condition. As many people call it, I call it autism spectrum condition because it's how I manage my autism. I don't let it control me, I control it. So also I do have anxiety disorder on top of my ASD or ASC, as you may call it. I know a lot of autistic people in the comments may disagree with me, that's okay. But another strength that I have is my YouTube videos. I feel it's my way of safely vlogging my experiences to share with you, and it's something that I'm passionate about doing, educating and breaking down the stereotype with regards to female autism specifically. And I know that everyone on the autistic spectrum is different, so I am speaking only from my own experiences and what I experience on a daily basis. Today I've experienced a lot of different emotions and different thoughts, and escaping to the world of Elvis helps me to self-regulate, to self-soothe, and to make me feel good. And I think that's my strength. I recognise when I'm getting triggered or when I'm starting to not feel myself, I can escape into the world of music, rock and roll, and divert my attention just away from the everyday reality for a change. And I'm able to escape and dress up, as you can see, in this lovely black vintage dress that I have on, and I'm able to go to see my Elvis family who absolutely adore me and I absolutely adore them. And you know, it makes me feel like $1 million every time that I escape into that world, because I'm able to communicate, I'm able to relax and be my true self and not having to mask it all the time. And I think that's a strength because I'm able to finally let down that barrier that is so hidden over me, that I have to do that all the time for society's expectations of what is seen as normal. And my strength also is that I can communicate. I'm a good team player, I'm a good friend, I'm a good sister, I'm a good auntie, I'm a good daughter, you know, I'm a good cousin, and I am very open with my political beliefs. I'm very open with how I stand on political issues surrounding autism and all things disability and mental health. I find my volunteering is a strength in itself. I volunteer for my local autism diagnostic service, which I've been doing now for over 8 years. I've been diagnosed 10 years coming up in January, and I think again that is my true strength of who I am, my test of character, my sense of self, my sense of logic, my sense of justice, and how I see the world around me. I think also that I've learnt to control my stimulus, my environment around me. I've learnt to not let it overpower me or come on top of me. I've learnt to divert my attention for a little bit. I think I've got stronger over the years that's gone by. I've learnt to defend myself, speak up for myself, speak up for other people who are less verbal or non-verbal, and I've made sure that their voices and their wishes are heard and respected, and that their dignity is fully considered and appreciated and upheld. And I feel that being part of the Elvis family helps me, because Andy really supports my needs, supports my well-being, my mental welfare, my physical welfare. He understands my triggers, and I did talk to him briefly tonight about some of them, like when an autistic person gets really, really hot and overstimulated, our bodies feel like we're on a furnace. It feels like we've been thrown into a fire. Like right now, my body is literally burning up and burning up and burning up. And he's like, oh, Gemma, I never knew that. Like, you know, so I think my strength is that I'm able to physically communicate how I feel. I'm physically able to show how I feel a lot of the time. But again, a lot of it is self-hidden. A lot of it is inside my head that you'll never know about or understand. But I think I've managed to successfully communicate my needs in a way that protects me and helps me and self-soothes me to quite a degree. But I know not everyone on the autistic spectrum is the same. I know we all have different traits, levels, experiences. I don't really agree with diagnostic labelling, but again, that's my own strength. I use it for my own superpower. I think that's a strength in itself. I help myself to self-regulate and understand who I am. It's been a few years now, but obviously I do still self-soothe, self-cope. I learn to adjust in the environment that is not built for me or understands me. So I think that's a strength in itself. I'm having to learn who I am as a person. I'm having to learn who Gemma is. I'm having to learn how my autism triggers me. I'm having to learn my environment around me to make sure that I'm safe, how to get there, how I get home. So I think that's a strength, because before I couldn't really do that. I relied on my dad or my cousin or the people I was out with to make sure that I got home okay. Whereas now I'm able to successfully go, you know what? I can get home. I will take care of myself. I know how I can get home. I can either get a taxi or be with my dad, or when my Elvis family will take me and bring me home like they did on Saturday. So again, I just make sure that I'm able to successfully communicate and go, hey, would you mind if you can help me? Or, hey, do you mind if you understand me? Can you help me? So again, I think that's my strength. It's taken a few years to get there, to understand who I am as a person and understand that my autism is different from everyone else who may be a female on the spectrum, because every female has different traits, different behaviours, different triads of it. You know, I may not be the standard typical female who I may be verbal and able to successfully communicate to you right now and show you that I'm able to listen and successfully be in society, but I mask a lot, and I think that mask, I've slowly let it come down, and I've slowly let myself be myself, and I think that shows through in my Elvis commitments, my work commitments with volunteering in the community, in the local mental health unit, mental health trust, and local hospital and local police that I've done over the years. I think that stands me in good stead in the community, that I'm trusted. I know that people respect me and respect my channel, what I stand for, and my experiences. So I thought talking about my strengths would be a good idea, because it's something that I've not really approached before. It's something that I've kind of never considered in depth. Obviously, I've considered it in my own head, kind of like what my strengths are, what are Gemma's strengths, who am I. But now, thanks to my new autistic friend, my neurodivergent friend, and my neurodivergent, I will link his channel down below in the video description. I hope you've enjoyed hearing my thoughts and my views on my own thoughts of autism, my own experiences. Let me know if you agree or disagree, or if you've had similar experiences, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.